Good afternoon to you, meteorologist Nicholas Urboso. Great to be back with you here on Next Weather. We are streaming live on Facebook, I believe YouTube, and our Gulfstream platforms as well. I'm monitoring the Facebook comments here. Be sure to check in. I already see a couple comments flowing in. Of course, a very active day ahead, active week ahead, I should say, as we have possible winter weather that has come into the forecast for us for next week. We'll be breaking down that chance in detail. And in fact, with the extreme cold that we're expecting next week, we've actually decided to issue a storm tracker alert for Monday all the way through parts of Wednesday, early Wednesday morning there, for the extreme cold and the possibility of some winter precipitation. Here's where we stand right now with our winter weather chances. And I'll address some of the comments in a second. I want to kind of get through the spiel here first of what's happening. The summary is extremely cold air will be diving in late Sunday through the day. Monday morning will be frigid. Tuesday morning will be frigid, and even Wednesday morning very, very, very cold. This is cold air that is cold enough to likely cause some serious issues across our area. Pipes are going to be possibly an issue. Of course, people, pets, all of those factors are something that we're going to have to consider with this cold air outbreak. Temperatures in the upper teens and low 20s are very possible in some of the mornings, with frigid wind chill values in the teens, and I cannot rule out the single digits as well. Then the thing that's gathering a lot of attention, it might actually end up being a nice thing if it isn't too bad, increasing odds for some winter precipitation on during the day on Tuesday. This could come in the form of sleet, snow, or maybe a little less. And even, we cannot rule out the possibility of some rain, freezing rain. So this is going to be a tough forecast over the next day or so. Hopefully, by the end of the weekend, we will have a clear picture of what will happen on Tuesday. A lot of questions will be coming in about, will this impact travel? Will this impact anything? Understand that if we get any kind of winter precipitation, things will close down on Tuesday. And right now, based on the forecast model trends, based on the forecast consensus, it seems that is becoming more likely that we will see some kind of wintry precipitation on Tuesday. Let me be clear with that. The odds are now increasing for that. The exact details, I'm just going to tell you up front, just to be real. Right now, we do not know the exact nature of the precipitation that will fall and how much. It's too far out. If you can give us just a little bit of time to see a few more forecast model runs over the next day, we'll be able to answer some of those accumulation questions. We can answer some hypotheticals. We can kind of speculate at this point, but we can't give a definitive answer until later. The definitive things that we can say right now, it is going to be really cold. I mean, really cold out there. And Tuesday is the day that if we were to have some kind of wintry precip, that is when it would happen. Starting as early as the early morning hours on Tuesday, lasting through the day, wrapping up around Tuesday night. Tuesday is your winter precip day. Remember, our cold air lasts around that. So again, that's the kind of deal what we have right now. We can look at some of the forecast models, we will. But again, this is going to be kind of a wait and see situation. We need to see some better forecast models in order to get a little more confidence here. So let's keep going here. Let's talk about temperatures first. This is going to be, I don't want you to lose sight of the fact that it is going to be very cold despite the hoopla from the possible winter precipitation. It is going to be very cold to the point where it's not going to be pleasant to be outside. You see the air temperature here on our forecast. Monday morning, right around 20. Tuesday, I call it right around 22. It says 22, but I think 20 could be a good number there as well, with some places in the teens. And then Wednesday morning, 20 as well. Guys, y'all know this is cold. How many times do we sit right at 20 degrees for a low temperature? How many times down here do we see teens for low temperatures? That's why this is something, if you're just moving down here from a place that typically gets these kinds of numbers, this is a little bit more out there for our comfort zone for us. So that's the thing that we know regardless. That's what's going to be happening. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 20s, low 20s, near 20 with teens possible out there. So really cold air. Monday morning, here's a look at those forecast lows. You can see right around 20 degrees. I can't rule out some teens as well in the far inland spots. Monday will be frigid cold, but let's look at the wind chill on Monday. Here's the deal. We have very windy conditions Sunday into Monday, meaning our Monday morning wind chills could be in the teens and possibly single digits north of Highway 84. You see that 12 in Grove Hill, 13 in Evergreen, 16 Calvert, 14 Mobile, 17 Gulf Shores. That is bitter cold on that MLK Day morning. Thankfully, that is a holiday. So that's kind of a good thing. Not everybody's going to be going to school in that kind of cold. You don't want that, and you kind of don't want to be out and about in that. So hopefully you have the day off from work and you just stay inside and stay warm, because those are some really cold numbers. Again, this is Monday. Not worry about any winter precipitation on Monday. This is just going to be a cold day and a windy day on Monday. So Monday morning, Nigel talking about you have an appointment. Get ready. It's going to be cold. You just have to bundle up if you're heading out for anything that you have to do there, looking at some of those Facebook comments. Now look at this for Monday afternoon. This is, again, the European forecast model data showing feels like values, talking about temperatures feeling like below freezing through the entire day. I'm talking, this is the afternoon, heat of the day. And we're going to have some sunshine on Monday as well. So this is going to be incredible to see the wind chill value staying in the 20s and low 30s all the way through the day. It's just going to be a very unpleasant day. Then we go to Tuesday morning, increasing cloud cover, and we're going to keep our eye on a possible wintry precip beginning on Tuesday morning. Look at those feels like values. Teens right around 20 degrees. This is not something where you want to be outside. So, talked about the cold. We understand the cold. I think we have all got that covered, and we all understand it's going to be really frigid. But the forecast models dealing with the actual precipitation chance, this is something that is a little bit more iffy at this time. That is how this business works, especially with winter weather forecasting. We try to be candid about that because we're going to tell you what we know and be clear with what we don't know. This is one thing that we've been able to latch on to today. This fact here that you see on your screen, that is starting to guide us a little bit more in the forecasting process. Moisture on all the forecast models has been increasing in our area. What happens is a low pressure system develops in the Gulf of Mexico. Some of that moisture starts to spread inland. At first, it's kind of in the higher levels of the atmosphere, then slowly it starts to work its way down and saturates the atmosphere. Therefore, as the atmosphere gets saturated, we have the clouds, and then we have the potential for some kind of precipitation to fall. And the fact that the forecast models have been trending towards a more moist solution in our air column leads us to, hey, we might actually see some precipitation again on Tuesday. Temperatures on our forecast models have been consistently cold. The rain-snow line sitting anywhere from right along I-10 to out over the Gulf, which is crazy, but the rain-snow line is that far out. It is going to be that cold. We just showed you the temperatures. It is going to be that cold. We're going to have that Gulf low coming up, spreading in that moisture, which is often something that we don't have, but in this case we do. That is why we're starting to see this trending towards a possible winter weather solution. I'm going to go ahead and show, I'm keeping an eye on comments. So here we go. Let's go ahead and go into the forecast model. We'll take it full screen. Again, reminder that these are forecast models and these are not set in stone. These will change. These will shift. We will start with the GFS forecast model. Notice Monday we have sunshine, very cold temperatures. By Monday evening, you start to see some wintry precipitation developing over Texas. The actual low pressure system is getting its act together over the northwestern Gulf. This will track across the Gulf and therefore bring us the chance for some wintry precipitation. Here's the track. This is 5 a.m. on Tuesday, maybe starting to see some light flurries falling in our local area. Heavy snow possibly occurring over Louisiana and Texas again. This is a few days out. Then Tuesday, you see that pink color. Let me be clear. The pink is some kind of mix, ice, sleet. That's kind of what we don't want. The blues to the whites here, that is actual snow. That is real snow that is falling. Blue indicating heavier snow. So this forecast model says, okay, we have some kind of mix to snow happening over our area at the afternoon point on Tuesday. Then Tuesday evening. This forecast model has more snow with some mix right on the coast falling through the rest of the day. This clears out by the end of the day on Tuesday. If we see this, travel on Tuesday would be difficult because we are not used to driving in snowy conditions, and especially for those in that more mixed sleet band. If this forecast model does come true and actually happen, or something like this actually happen, something like this projection actually come to fruition, that would be very difficult because driving in the sleet and icy stuff becomes really unpleasant. Also understand that as we go into Wednesday morning, temperatures will likely be below freezing. So if anything does fall, it is possible that some things stick. Again, this is all possibilities. This could change. European forecast model, another great forecast model. Which one's better? Listen, that question's kind of hard to answer. They flip-flop back and forth. Historically, your European is your a little bit more reliable model, but they're both showing the same thing right now, so that's good to see. What we want to see between the two models is some consensus and some agreement, and that's exactly what we have. You see the white to blue there over the Gulf Coast spreading in. The European forecast model actually has more of a snow bias for our area, but understand that the European forecast model does tend to slightly be colder. So that would mean colder column of air, more snow likelihood in our area instead of a wintry precipitation. If we get just a couple inches of snow, I don't think that is as bad as a solution for us travel-wise as us getting a mix. A mix with sleet would be a little less favorable, less something that we want. Then we push all this out of here by the end of the day on Tuesday, and you can see that there exiting the picture. And then it gets very cold after that. So here's our key headlines. It will be very cold either way. Winter weather is possible. Please stay updated on the forecast and be ready for that winter weather on Tuesday. It is looking like an increasing possibility. Right now, it's still a low confidence forecast, but confidence is beginning to grow. Make sure you stay updated. We will let you know. We'll share those forecast models. We'll let you know what's going on. I know a lot of people like to see the forecast models. Also, we will interpret those forecast models for you so you can get an idea of what's happening. Again, our summary points right now were the fact that it seems like the odds of this event happening are increasing with a bias towards snow on the European forecast model. So just something to keep in mind here. This is going to be an active week. We're going to keep you updated through the weekend. There's your 7-day outlook. Again, with this, I'm going ahead and going with a storm tracker alert for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just because of that potential for the wintry precipitation.